Welcome back to another tarot reading. My name is Felicia. This is Felicia Nutrice Tarot. If you are new here, welcome in. If you are returning, thank you so much for returning. If you do not know me, again, my name is Felicia and I am a human and civil rights advocate. And I choose violence, and I run a nonprofit in women's health called DIVAS Can Manifest org. Okay, protecting women and children at risk. Today we're getting into a topic that we have covered on the channel before, so I will link that one down below in the last timeless update. Okay, it could be useful, it could be an update for you. This is Who Will You Marry? Okay, so we're gonna get lots of information, lots of oracles from my self-made decks that are still in the works, so they're not perfect. So of course we will be using the Peaceful Communications, Peaceful Relations deck. Okay. Like I said, it's not perfect, but we are going to see who this person is, characteristics about them, their personality, context, anything we can get about them. Okay, so pile 1, you are the cheetah. Pile 2, you are the beautiful butterfly. And pile 3, find your own clothes. Oops, find your own path. Let's get into it, friends. Choose your selection and I'll see you there. Bye. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your selection. So you chose this cheetah. Okay. So let's get some idea about who this person could be. Okay. From the archetypes deck, let's get some information about who this person could be. Okay. Pile 1, who will you marry? Pile 1, who will you marry? Today we're using this cool deck called the Urban Tarot, and I can't wait to use it. Okay. Oh my gosh. So this is somebody, this person that you will marry, the Midas in the shadow aspect. Okay. So some of you guys have a big creative project with this person, or you have a lot of money with this person. There's a lot of wealth and securities built up with this person, and when they are angry at you, they hoard their emotions and their money. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. Right, I think that this person, they have a shadow attachment or a shadow aspect around this creative and entrepreneurial spirit that they have. This person is obsessed, okay, but I don't know where you are in the stages of like this relationship. Okay. Let's totally get the Divine Feminine first. Okay. So from the Divine Feminine Oracle, okay, what does this like give me more information about what's going on? That's like, because I feel like maybe this could be the state of the relationship right now, is that this, maybe there's a no contact, silent treatment. Even if you are already married to this person, they withdraw like this a lot. Okay. And it's like, you see how this cheetah looks so freaking angry? Like, this divine counterpart is very angry. I'm hearing this is something related to their instincts and impulses, their id part of their psyche. This is an uncontrollable subconscious thing that they have going on. Okay. And I think that they need you to spell it out to them a lot, is what I'm hearing. And I think, I don't know, like something, I don't know why this coming up. But anyways, okay, LOL. Not Kuan Yin. Not Kuan Yin. You're very compassionate with this person. You know they have some shadow aspect, okay? I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. This person has been really suffering, okay? So I'm seeing you with a newborn baby, a really small newborn baby. Some of you guys have a really small newborn baby with this person, or this is your future child. I'm like seeing a body of light surrounding the like an infant in this image, and this union will procreate is what I'm hearing, and it will have a beautiful goddess. For some of you guys who want a baby girl, okay? But there's something that this person had, like a shadow attachment that has been, like, they've been needing to release it, is what I'm hearing, okay? Something that's deep in pain and shame, okay? I think that honestly you think it's kind of corny. Whatever this shadow attachment is that they have. I'm hearing something where I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Who will you marry? Okay. Power one. Who will you marry? Okay. Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. Both of you guys, you project, okay? And I don't think that this is like, this is what creates separations, is the projections, because it instills a lot of fear, okay? So I think that when you'll know when this person is triggered when they're angry, okay? Or you'll see that they have a very straight face. Like this person will really withdraw their emotions and turn ice cold, okay? And this is somebody that like you're literally going to have a baby boy or a baby, like I feel like some of you, I want to say baby girl, but like I really think for a lot of you guys it's a baby boy that's going to have like short blonde hair. That's what I'm hearing. Short blonde hair, strawberry blonde hair, or like it could be dark hair, but I'm getting that like it's going to be like a sandy brown color, like a light brown to blonde color or something like that. I'm getting a small boy. Okay, like something I'm getting a small boy like that enters like I don't know what's those like pre-K grades, or like a little bit older than that, maybe like 7 years old. And this person, I'm hearing that you're going to have a brilliant son or something like that, okay? This is so cool. It's so cute. But I think that sometimes this person turns ice cold when they're triggered, friend. This is something subconscious that they might not even realize that they're doing, okay? But this is something that they just need to find emotional regulation around, because with every new level there's a new devil, okay? And I think that this person, there's a new devil in this level, and it makes this person really triggers their lack of trust and makes them ice cold towards you and probably other people that care about them as well, okay? This is truly suffering, okay? When this person withdraws, it's because they are missing something, okay? Okay, they're missing something from their past is what I'm hearing, or something like that. They're missing something from their past that they cannot get back. And some of you guys are, this may be a late marriage, like a late age marriage. You guys have had you guys are the crone. You have had many cycles of death and rebirth, success and failure, right? And so coming into this relationship with this person represents many cycles of death and rebirth. And I think that through each other, you find the missing pieces, especially from unresolved things, missing pieces from the past that have left a lack of closure or a lack of clarity. So during this time, I don't know what it looks like when this person is triggered and ice cold, right? Maybe it's not safe to be around them when they're triggered and angry. And I think that like maybe they might be a risk of family violence. So definitely use caution and definitely reconsider if someone is safe for you, okay? But I think that instead of turning away from each other, truly embrace each other if you can, right? This anger is like, it could be explosive and dangerous and destructive, friend, okay? So it's because I think for some of you guys, this triggers something that they're missing from their past that they lost. So they're coming into this union with you obsessed with losing their wealth, obsessed with having an obsessive fear of losing their wealth, okay? And so sometimes they hoard money and emotions because they're afraid that they're going to lose something again. In these previous cycles of death and rebirth, in these cycles, these people have lost things, okay? And so that's the trigger, friend, is when they are missing something, important to them that they can't get back, okay? I'm hearing that this person sends a lot of flowers, okay? They send you a lot of flowers, and even if you guys get really angry at each other, I'm hearing that they send you gifts to let you know that they're embracing you again, okay? But it's literally just because some of you guys have a lot of wealth with this person, and when they are lacking giving to you, it's literally because they're triggered about their ex situations, their past situations where they lost something. And that's not what you represent, because some of you guys, you have this person's child, okay? And so you have been calling them for mating, is what I'm hearing. You have been calling them home for mating, okay? And this person is off angry, destroying things, right? So it's about a past baggage, friend, okay? It's about a past baggage. So I think this person has a different type of attachment style, okay? And I think that this person also has a family violence with their brother or a sibling, okay? So this, especially with a marriage, it can sometimes, it's a family at the end of the day, but it could be like the best friend, brotherly love, that person that you just like lay up with or something like that, okay? Like this person, you can have them around all the time. But I feel like, that it's like that's like family, right? And so I think that like so much violence happens in these structures that we have in our lives, especially the structure of family growing up, where we did not choose this structure, it was given to us, right? And some of you guys experienced a family violence, and this person may have experienced a family violence also. I'm getting someone that was close to them, kin, family, that stole something very important from them, okay? And so some of them, this is really traumatic, honestly, a traumatic family violence, some of them coming from, okay? We have egotistical from the peaceful relations, okay? So we have infidelity, okay? And then we have solitude. So this person's in solitude right now, okay? And so, yeah, or this is a no contact situation, okay? If this is a no contact situation, they are off exploring their options. Or like for some of you guys, I don't know what you would consider infidelity, but just to be clear, this is a commitment that is made between two people consciously, okay? Some of you guys, if you are already married to this person, okay, there's definitely infidelity in the relationship, Okay, that's a commitment, that's a contract signed with your John Hancock. Okay, but for others, I feel like this is a situation where you guys are in separation, or you haven't met this person yet. Okay, some of you guys will consider this a separation infidelity. For others, this is person is coming from infidelity. Okay, they may have already been married before, and they have this is egotistical. Okay, a lot of them, because I think that what happens is pride. Those relationships actually cause them to lose something, and they can't take responsibility for it. I'm hearing that this person, it's like something when you met them or something like this person was a true L. Okay, this person was not able whatsoever, y'all. This person was not able, and I think that you were also not able. Okay, some of you guys, this is like it reflected parts of it's a reflection. This person is reflecting back to you shadow aspects that you need to acknowledge. So this person not being able to do something also reflects you not being able to do something. But I think that this person that you're marrying, you guys got together and got married because of a codependency. Okay, maybe because of this work of art that you created together, or some type of entrepreneur or creative ability that was expressed in this relationship. Okay, and this person truly was not able when y'all first met. Okay, y'all, this is crazy. This person truly was not able, and I don't think you was able either too, friend. But they were the ones that got egotistical about it. It's like when y'all started getting y'all money up, or y'all started getting, because y'all worked together to get y'all money up, right? And so I think that could be like the dangers of like dating a person that's not hypergamous. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like maybe some people were like, I don't want to, you know, raise a man or raise a partner, like, or something like that. But some of you guys are fluid, and this is an untraditional, unconventional relationship. So, you know, there was truly this person, they got big within their chest, is what I'm hearing. And then that's what makes them move away from you, is because they're triggered about where they lost in their past and how you came and repaired them. LOL is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that when you met this person, it was broke down, friend. And it's because people used and abused them so bad. I'm hearing a family violence they came from. Okay, infidelity. And this person was in total solitude when you met them. Okay, and now they see that you guys have all this wealth, security, and community around you now. Especially you guys are going to have a child or already have a child. And I definitely think that embracing each other helps you find the missing pieces. That's why you guys got together in the first place, right? Okay. So just, you know, embrace. Remember why you committed in the first place. Why did you start? Why, you know, they helped you find the missing pieces. That's why, friend. But I think that this person got really egotistical about your ability to help them. Okay, and you're like the mother of their child and their other half, right? But some of them are really coming from a lot of infidelity and family violence. Some of them, their brother cheated. Like their brother was a third party, friend. Like, can you believe that? I'm hearing a big brother or something was in the marriage or something like that. That was ridiculous. And some of them, that was like when you help this person find the missing pieces around this family violence, they got so prideful. They could not believe that they was so thrown away like this. Like, but I'm hearing you was thrown away too. Okay. LOL, okay? So I think that if you do have an issue with infidelity in this relationship, I think some of you guys, you know, this is an option for this is an option to get married or stay in solitude. And some of you guys, after reading this person's shadow, I think that you know that the relationship will have infidelity. And so I think that some of you guys, is either like you can have this person's child, or and like, but that will like not be enough. Is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing something will not be enough. Okay. And I think some of you guys will, you know, fondly remember this person, but maybe choose to stay in solitude. Okay. And that will mean no procreation in this lifetime. Okay. So that's what I'm saying, friends. Let me get a few cards and then we will wrap. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I'm hearing that there's a lot of auspiciousness around this union. You guys have infinite cycles of death and rebirth with one another. So you can choose at any moment to marry this person. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that change is happening regardless. Okay, so what is this? This is the Four of Cups in the reverse. Okay, completion in the reverse. Okay, this person has been coming out of emotional stagnation. If you are already married to this person, you know, this period of solitude that you've been in, they have been you know, maybe off exploring options, and they're having a new emotional experience. Okay, there's a new emotional experience with this person. They're coming out of emotional stagnation. I think that there has been a lot of solitude because of maybe you've met this person, but there has been no expectation. So I don't want to scare you guys of infidelity, but you know, this new emotional experience is bringing justice. Okay, so I definitely think that this person has been emotionally withdrawing away from something that they were doing that was egotistical. Maybe there has been infidelity. Okay, and they're needing to emotionally withdraw from those shadow attachments that they've had. Okay, they're coming to bring you justice about something, but they're lacking clarity about something. Okay, there is indeed a big change going on with this person. They're definitely feeling romantic and dreamy about you. Okay, they definitely love you. I think that if you do have infidelity in this relationship, it's not because they don't wish, yearn, and fantasize about you. Some of these people have a drinking problem. Okay, and when they're out and they get drunk, then they may lose control. Okay, when they're away from you, they lose control is what I'm hearing. Okay, their ego is disgusting, friend. Okay, yeah, this person had a really, really volatile mood swing. The Page of Wands in the reverse. When you meet this person, I'm telling y'all, both of y'all are so unable. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest, friend. But you know, this relationship has it has a lot of luxury. Okay, and there is a lot of indulgence with luxury. There's a lot of just taking part in the finer things in life, friend. Just take more than enough, friend. Indulge in it. And I'm hearing that you should indulge yourself as well. Okay, really spoil yourself. Give yourself, this person's gonna give you everything that you ever want, friend. Okay, I'm hearing there's not gonna be no limits on the shopping sprees and the, you know, video shoots and photographies, and it's going to be it's going to be a dream come true. You have this person's child, okay? But I think this child represents a unconditional body of light representing your relationship, and that is the only expectation that you should have in this relationship. I think that both of you guys don't expect picture perfect, and don't expect this person to have been curing their addictions, okay? Like I said, they were addicts when you met them. And some of them, when y'all bossed up together and came up together, they got egotistical around their position. And a lot of them, they do have the money. They do have the securities. They do have all the wealth for you guys. And they're coming to bring you justice. But I think that if you do have infidelity with this person, this is because they're egotistical, okay? And they don't want to go within about things, and they just want to drink, right? So I think that just their heart only wants you, and I think that you'll know that because you're the one that they procreate with, okay? So anywhere else they might go, it could be just accepting your open relationship or your unconventional relationship, okay? And just saying, hey, I know that I'm very secure, and and be very secure in your position in this person's life, okay? For others, I'm getting that, this person is in total solitude. They don't have anybody, okay? They don't have family. They come from a family violence. And they might get egotistical around this because they know that that they're rejected and abandoned, okay? And I know that might change your perception of them, okay? But I think that either way, friends, this situation you'll feel justified in whatever decision that you make, whether you choose to stay in solitude or whether you choose to become a mother, okay? The choice is yours, friend. Keep growing, keep going nonetheless. I love you. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your selection. So you chose Metamorphosis, okay? Isn't that what happens when you come from a caterpillar into a butterfly? Somebody play one of my favorite movies, Butterfly Effect. Anyway, so let's get into it. Who will you marry? Oh my gosh, who will you marry? Oh my gosh. Pile 1 was juicy, friend. Okay, so let's get into it. Pile 2, who will you marry? I'm hearing someone who loves your fragrances. Okay. Someone who loves your fragrance. They really love the way you smell, okay? They know you're going to smell good, friend. They know that you keep it different. You know what I'm saying? You keep coming up with different combinations or something like that. This person can't keep their nose out your neck and bosom, and like they keep getting up in there, right? They can't keep their hand. They're really going to be obsessed with how you smell, and they're going to compare, especially if you guys have an open relationship, they're going to compare how you smell to everybody else, okay? Or something like that. This relationship definitely breaks down and readjusts. It definitely falls apart before it comes together, is what I'm hearing, okay? This person, I think that, hold on. Let's get some more information about this person. Who is this person? Okay, what's the big T, okay, of the relationship? The big T. You know every relationship got a T, friend. Okay, every relationship got a T. Embracing negative causes or committing to cause for personal gain. I think that you love this person, but their shadow I think that this is so funny. I think that like their shadow is helping you, like you both play a big role in the relationship, especially when it comes to getting the money, right? And this person, they don't give a damn about nothing. And you like, me too. I don't really give a damn about nothing. But some of you guys, I think that it's not that you don't like. I think that this is the balance and the symmetry that you find in a relationship. Is that like, even though this person embraces a cause or commits to the cause for their personal gain, I think that what really happens is that like that is something that you have to forgive them for, I think. Okay, I think that's something that you have to forgive them for, is that they may not have, like, I think that this helps you guys make money, okay, for the thing, because otherwise you would not, okay? I also think that for some of you guys, this is something that that they were actually like doing something negative at first. Maybe this was a like foe to friend type of thing, okay? Or maybe they just have been committed to some type of cause, like something where you guys may work on something together. You might have leadership positions. You might have a purpose, a spiritual purpose, okay? But the truth is, this person was only in it for their, they were only in it for their personal gain, okay? Or this was truly a negative cause, okay? And I think that it broke the relationship down because it was not aligned, okay? This person's intentions were not aligned, so the timing was not right at first. And I think that there was a big readjustment. There's a big readjustment that happens in this relationship with this situation, okay? Before you guys get married, okay? You are the divine feminine, LOL, okay? We have Shekinah, the presence of the divine feminine. At the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light. So you're definitely the divine feminine. I don't know what their shadow aspect is. That usually is what happens with the divine masculine, is that like, I don't know, this could even be a situation where you come into union with this person and you're doing something for them that's compassionate, okay? You do something, this is hilarious, you might do something for this person that's compassionate, and it inspires you to take some type of action towards them, right? But they come around, right, and they're just I think that they're attracted to you for a superficial value, friend. I think that they're attracted to you for a superficial value at the onset. It's like they wanted to have sex with you the moment they saw you, okay? It's like your face, your face. You have a siren face. This person, you set this person's siren off as soon as you met them, okay? So they might have been trying to act like they was so good, right? They might have been trying to act like they were so committed to the cause, right? They were so compassionate too, right? But they really was just, trying to control you. Some of them were trying to control you and trying to make you their little slave or something like that. But I don't know what happened, friend. But like, there's something where this person, you brought a light into this person's life, okay? But their shadow aspect was to, like, maybe it was to make money, okay? Or they knew that you were the prettiest, or they knew that you would make the most money, okay? Or something like that. They knew that you would be the best, is what I'm hearing. And I'm also getting it for some of you guys, you also integrated around this as well. You brought some of their shadow into it. Otherwise, you would not be, like, your shadow aspects. I think that this is the interesting thing. It's like, divine feminine, if you are in your Lilith black cat energy, I think that you could be really, your shadow aspects are motivated by vengeance, and that could be in tandem with your activism, okay? So it indeed can be pulling from a shadowy place, okay? And this is where you guys find your symmetry. And I think that while it does serve its spiritual purpose, the shadow aspects have been integrated around this relationship and have created, like, you guys are undergoing a big transformation because you are the divine feminine. I'm hearing that you shine some light upon their shadow aspect that caused the relationship to break down or caused something to be destroyed, okay? Something got destroyed by this divine masculine and you were fully embodied as divine feminine energy. In this whole situation, I think that it broke down because it broke an illusion down, and a symmetry was found, and forgiveness as well, I think. Okay, so LOL. Okay, I think something that you created broke down an illusion. Okay, it went off. I'm hearing something you snapped. Okay, Fran, you was the best or something like that, and this person was like, well, shit, I was negative at first, I was hating at first, but I can't ignore the divine feminine. There go the light right there, friend. That's the light. Can you see the light, friend? Okay. From the Peaceful Relations deck. Okay. Oh my God. Solitude. They came out in Power 1. Okay. Poor Judgment. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Something was an illusion. No boundaries. Okay. Yeah, this person. There could be infidelity, like Power 1. Okay. But anyway, so Power 2. I think that you know, don't be minding Power 1's business. That they don't be getting scared. But anyway, so I think that, like, you definitely are in solitude when you meet this person, or you both are in solitude when you meet this person, but you guys are coming from cycles where you had poor judgment and no boundaries. Those are a lot of negative relationships, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing relationships where you didn't have any boundaries and you got played, or you got left at the short end of the stick. And you brought, I think that, like, you finding a discernment, you brought a light. I'm hearing divine feminine energy brings a light. I'm hearing you're doing some type of light work. You're bringing a wisdom, and you have the ability to communicate some type of knowledge, wisdom, and skill around, you know, these relationships that have been these relationships from your past that have, like, caused you to take a loss in some type of way, and discerning where you had no boundary, friend. Discerning where you made the mistake. Discerning where you shared too much, where that person didn't earn your trust. Okay, how you let that person that you didn't really know like that into your house. Alright, you're learning that people, both of you guys, what this is reflecting into your relationship and like from your other relationships as well, is that people come around just for their own personal gain. Some of them, you guys are very giving and very privileged people, and they always come around and be asking you to buy them food, asking them for food, asking for money, asking for resources that you have. Like, you're very generous people. You probably do have a lot of abundance. Okay, you're very compassionate and inspired to take action to help people. But some people come around just for their personal gain. People just want a social climb. People just want to project your image. People just want to try to steal sex, money, and power, low key, right? And that's be the poor judgment and no boundaries, is that these relationships are not tempered, and you should not be cool with somebody like that. Okay, you guys have really just had to learn how to put up a lot of boundaries. Okay, so I think that there's a lot of confusion around the relationship. So this person have been getting impacted by their past. Okay, they had just been a conformist, probably. Some of you guys, this person had been a conformist before you met them. They were just doing this because everyone else was doing it, or something like that, or they were just doing what everybody else was doing. And then you just showed this person a light, and they transformed, is what I'm hearing. You're divine feminine, so you were the lightest and brightest to this person, okay, out of all their options. And so I think that your activation of divine feminine energy activates this person and heals this person of some type of conformity or some type of poor judgment and no boundaries that they've had, okay, or something like that. So I think that that's what happens. you know, at the turbulent start of the relationship, is that both of you guys have just been learning how to have better boundaries and better judgment. Okay, and then coming around each other, you feel the flames be going off because you know you can trust, like they know that you know that you can trust someone after forgiving and learning, and having unconditional love or something like that. Okay, something where they were in solitude, friend. So they were very happy to see you or something like that. You came in and started looking them in their face and started smiling. They hadn't had no soft, tender touch like that or something like that. Some of them, you came around and you got them burning on fire, okay? On fire. I'm hearing there's a lot of passion in this relationship, but I don't know, it's something crazy where at the beginning of this relationship, this person was just a conformist at the beginning or something like that, and then like both of you guys realized that you loved each other or something like that, okay? I also don't think that I think that you were, this situation was perfectly and divinely aligned. I think that why you decide to marry them is because the forgiveness was that you knew that it was some healing that needed to be done, some transforming that needed to be done. Okay, that it was about belief system and getting a higher learning about things and getting connected to realities. Okay, and like healing from past relationship traumas. Okay, before marriage, it's a lot of y'all probably even go to relationship therapy before you get married. Like some of you guys do a lot of premarital counseling, or you go to church a lot. Some of y'all really readjust in this relationship. Okay, because at the beginning this person was just looking at you with their flames on fire or something like that. Some of them, they wasn't expecting to fall in love with you, okay? Yeah, and I think that like something happened where their bad relationships was around the relationship, okay? And you forgave them for how everything broke down, okay? If you guys did have a period of solitude, you definitely forgave them because it's something where you come in between their legs or something like that. You're coming in between their legs, and then y'all can't stay mad at each other, okay? Something where y'all can't keep your hands off of each other. The primordial power, okay? Erotic. I'm hearing that something like this person is very erotic about you from the jump, and I don't think they were able to discern. It was an illusion. They had illusion, poor judgment, and no boundaries. You know, and I think that you definitely got them. You definitely got that primordial power, okay? But I think there's something where the relationship broke down and they projected who was really embracing like the negative cause, who was really the negative spirit and energy, that was here for personal gain, and they needed to discern that, right? And I think that that also was a part of their shadow aspect as well, is that a part of them were afraid to face this light, okay? That they had people around them that were just superficial. For others, this was, they were dangerous superficial projections from conformists, okay? People who do the same thing over and over and over again or something like that. They were having the same karmic challenge, or they were just left in solitude, and they were in solitude and they had all these bad relationships, right? But I think that what happens is like this person may project that onto you, and you bring light to it. Or this person could be a negative cause in the beginning of the relationship, okay? They could be negative, or they were angry about something, and something where they had a change in perspective, okay? Either way, I think that this person, whether they project that onto you from their past situation where they had no boundaries and poor judgment, it was somebody else. It wasn't you, right? That was the negative cause and personal gain. But for others, this is a situation where this person was embracing a negative cause in the beginning, okay, or in it for their personal gain, or they were really trying to have sex, friend. They really wanted to F you, fuck you, okay. And I think that this takes them down a journey, okay, when they were away or something. I think that like they went away, they had a poor judgment, they got triggered or something, where they get triggered about their past situation, and it was like things were happening fast with you or something like that, and something their past where they had poor judgment and no boundaries, and they pulled the trigger on you or something like that. You were like, you shot the wrong person. Like, oh, it wasn't me, I'm the divine feminine. And so this like calls you guys to readjust and to really slow things down. I think you guys really need to slow things down, okay? And you guys just, I think that now that everything has been, you know, trust issues and discernment has, you know, come in, and, you know, a more inner awareness and trusting the sacred flow. I'm hearing you guys are starting to trust the flow of the relationship and just be patient with each other's past and stuff like that, okay? So this person, you know, they definitely see, like they're in solitude, but they see your light, okay? They're seeing that you're the lightest and brightest, but they see that there's so many people who are, you know, doing this advocacy or something like that, and they know that you have been the one that has been compassionate, you know, in taking action based on compassion, and these other people are just embracing it for their personal gain or something like that, and they've been having to discern that. Some of them are impartial around it because they were balanced within this, with the shadow aspect of the advocate, and some of them, this is also helping you integrate that as well, and just trust. I think that for both of you guys, by the time you get to the marriage, I think that both of you guys should just, I think that this person ends up, especially if you guys get married or you forgive them, you know that their heart is in the right place. So you know that they're not here to be a negative cause or to do it for their personal gain. Maybe their perspective changed. Maybe initially they were, then they changed. You allow space for them to grow, okay, from where they had poor judgment. But I think that what could happen is that like you're in a solitude. What was I going? I can't remember. Let me pull this card while I remember. Okay. It was kind of like this person, I think that by the time you get married, this person will have their heart in the right place. Their perspective, leave room for them to change their perspective or something like that, or for them to heal from a spiritual poverty, okay? And find compassion. That's what I'm hearing. Find compassion. And that allows, you know, them to readjust. Is where they learn compassion, okay? Because before they were at an opposing extreme. It's like the opposite of empathy, right? And so maybe your readjustment in the relationship helps them have compassion for themselves and you, okay? How they've had a poor judgment. But I think that for most of you, this person has realized that they've had a lot of, maybe this person is like a serial dater, and they see that all these people have been pretending, like maybe they've been looking for somebody who's compassionate and action taking like you, right? And then they see that all these people around were just attached to the cause for their own personal gain or for a negative reason. Like some of them wanted to just elicit or use seduction, okay? Some of them wanted to use their female form for seduction or to exploit their female form, okay? Or get attention for the wrong reasons, okay? Or they're just in it for money and stuff like that. And they've been discerning that with you as the divine feminine, okay? Because all the rest of the feminines are not, you know, all the other options are non-divine feminine, which means that they're the shadow aspect of the advocate, which is the negative cause and the personal gain. And this person just has had a really poor judgment around that and didn't have any boundaries with those people. And that's why some of them, especially if you're here from Power 1, that's why some of them lost things, because these people were in it for personal gain and not because they were compassionate and inspired, okay? Yeah, friendship. Yeah, I think that you guys are really great friends before, okay? And I think that nurturing the bonds of friendship in your relationship will help improve your romantic life as well. I'm hearing your passion burns burns more for each other. Flames burn more for each other as you help this person discern what is a negative cause and what is for the personal gain. Okay. And finding a symmetry in your relationship as well. It's not that, as advocate, it's not that you don't have your personal gain, but a lot of you guys, especially most of you guys, are benevolent in what you do. And I think that just wherever you on the spectrum you lie, just always I think just make sure you are like I think that just, I don't know, clear about that with this person. Or I just feel like wherever you are on the spectrum of this shadow aspect, just always I think that it ultimately ends up like that you fulfill your spiritual purpose with the divine feminine. Okay. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like it was perfect, or that, you know, it's not heartbreaking or something like that. You know, it could be moments of feeling heartbreak or hardship in the relationship. When this person is integrating their shadow, it's because they're off exploring what's right for them, and they're allowed to do that. Especially you guys are just friends for some of you right now, and they know that you're the divine feminine. They know that you're the one for them. They know that you represent their spiritual purpose. That's what I'm hearing. But some of them have had, yeah, they're very dreamy about you too, so they know. Okay. And so like I think that I need to see, let's get some tarot. Okay, what do you need to forgive them about? Okay, a situation where they had no boundaries and poor judgment. Okay, someone who had a leadership position. Okay, someone who was just for a personal gain, and not actually taking actions. Okay, or it was really a personal cause in the beginning. Okay, it was really I'm hearing really a negative cause in the beginning or something like that. We have, yeah, we have the 9 of Cups. Yeah, I think that you do with this person who you marry. I think that they go through, you know, you both go through a disillusionment process. I think that you get disillusioned because you realize that part of them, this was a negative cause in the beginning, and it was because they had a poor judgment around something, and they were being a conformist or something like that, or they were being solicited for money, or they, you know, they were getting bought, is what I'm hearing. Some of them were getting bought to do something. Okay, I don't know what it was. Okay, but I'm hearing something is about to be very dramatic. How this is about to go down. So this person is getting disillusioned with this situation that they were attached to that was actually a negative cause or a personal gain. Okay, they have been, it was a really, really, really poor judgment, and it reflected that this person had no boundaries whatsoever. Okay, this person was totally disillusioned, right? They were, when they realized that this person was not divine feminine or something like that, they realized that that was a spiritual poverty that they were in, that they were that was not real, that was a negative cause, that was something that was, like, some of them, it was a false person, it was something to harm you. Okay? It was something that they didn't realize that it was something to harm you, or something where they didn't realize that whatever they invested in previously was a negative cause or personal gain. Okay, or you just come in and this is a rite of passage from their ex that had no boundaries and a poor judgment. Okay, but I think that this is a dramatic situation, and yeah, I think that this is a dramatic situation. But this disillusionment is dramatic. We have the 6 of Cups in the reverse. Okay, and then we have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so you guys, some of you guys, this relationship that you have with this person, it ends up being just a friendship. I think that it ends up being that you guys are really poor. Okay, some of you guys are really poor. as artists, as advocates, or something like that. It also could mean that this person loses a lot of your wealth, is what I'm hearing, because they had a poor judgment somewhere else, okay? And I think that it ultimately, you might marry this person, but it will just probably be for money for you, is what I'm hearing, okay? And with the Nine of Cups reversed, you realize that this person wasn't, like, it was a negative cause in the beginning, or it was a personal gain in the beginning of the relationship, or this person has, you know, they were just like, you guys may have, it may have lost its value over time, okay? But I think that this person that you're married is like, it'll just be you guys wishing that things were the way that it used to be, that you guys had the same bond that you used to have, okay? But you guys do not have the same bond that you used to have, because it wasn't real, is what I'm hearing. The bond was not real. So this is a disillusionment for a lot of you guys. I'm glad I pulled the tarot. But yeah, I think that you end up just being friends with one another, and that this is like, I think that you guys just do it for money, okay? But I think that so much of the wealth of the relationship gets lost because of this person's poor judgment and no boundaries, okay? Yeah, I think that this person, they might have a lot of third parties, or, you know, they have to go compare you to everybody else. That's what I'm hearing, after realizing something that you shed a light on as divine feminine, okay? I think that they go off, and I think that this relationship just turns into, like, it was just like you guys had a bond where you both helped each other explore your ideals a lot, but the relationship is not like that anymore, okay? And I think that it ends up just being for money, and that you go explore with other people, okay? For some of you guys, they end up, I think that every time they go explore with other people, I think that this is the justice, is that the thing is, like, every time they go explore with other people or something like that, is like, the justice is, it could be that, like, if you do have a problem with infidelity in a relationship, they go realize that none of those bonds are ever as strong as yours. So that always ends in a disillusionment, and they just keep doing the same thing over and over again, or something like that. For others, this person, you disillusion their ex or their past situation, or some other thing that was a negative cause or personal gain, and that brings you justice, is what I'm hearing. But I think that this person that you marry is just for domestic bliss, but it's really like a rejection, because you got disillusioned by them. They were not as good as you thought that they were. You were just like, some of you guys married this person because you were just wishing things could go back to the way they used to be, but the relationship was already, I'm hearing the bond had already been destroyed to them, because they had a really poor judgment about it, okay? They had a wrong assumption, and it was just, you know, you guys were just, I think that you'll never get closure about it, okay? I think that I think that you end up getting what you want, right? Because you will marry this person, but I think that just consider it a friendship, that failed, is what I'm hearing. Some of you guys, a friendship that failed, because of an interference. That's what I'm hearing. A friendship that failed because of interference of poor judgment. Okay. And I think that they realized that it lost value to you the moment they made that, like, I'm hearing that the moment they made a poor judgment, you may not have been able to help the decision. You couldn't control them and what they chose to do, or something like that. But they got disillusioned somewhere else. It was really a rejection, okay? They thought that it was like, maybe I'm hearing there's something where they got rejected somewhere else, okay? And you shed light upon it, and it was really like them not, I just don't think that, I think that ultimately you guys end up just marrying this person because you needed the money or something like that. And you took the money from their ex or something like that, or took the money from you know, you ruin something else for them or something like that. I don't know what happened, where it ended up being like a situation where the justice in the situation was that, like, I think that they were a negative cause in the beginning, or trying to do it for their personal gain, because they end up getting mad about something, and it started investing in something with a poor judgment and no boundaries. And I think that you just were not receptive to that, and just was like, oh, that was weird. I'm just gonna do it for the money. And then they were just like, oh, I don't have, like, I wish that things could go back to the way things used to be. But it was like, you already failed or something like that. Like, they were just having a really, really poor judgment. And they just hate themselves. I think that was really the tea, friend, is that they really hate themselves. Okay, they were really angry and out of control about something and not making sense whatsoever. When they did something to me, you know, they're doing something with a poor judgment and no boundaries, and you just, some of you guys are just going to decide to stay. You could just decide to stay friends with this person, okay? Or you could just say this is a break from the relationship or something like that. But I think that by the time they might come back to you, it's already just, you're not interested in them romantically if they had to be away from the relationship to go get disillusioned, I think. Does that make sense? Okay. I love you guys so much. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Hi, Pal 3. Last but not least, you chose find your own path. Okay. So, y'all, I feel like, you and this person definitely climb a mountain with one another, I feel like, okay? I think you definitely climb a mountain together, and there is just a lot of resentment. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing try to release resentment. Okay. This could even be about a third party that has been in a situation, okay? So I think that this marriage is actually, you know, ultimately, I think that it is actually positive, lucky, auspicious. You know what I'm saying? I think that the marriage is ultimately good, okay? And this, you have been lucky to get this marriage is what I'm hearing, okay? But I think that just try to readjust your expectations of what you think marriage is like, okay? Because some of you guys have just been seeing a lot of marriages break down, and it's hard to stay positive about marriage if that's like, if you see so many of them failing and breaking down. But I think that a lot of you guys, this person is really, I don't know if you like this person, you know, very well, okay? Or very much. I'm a little high, friend. Yeah, because they're abusive. I think that you don't like them because they're abusive. And I think that they just, it's their tendency to do this, okay? And I think that some of this is a privilege that they may have as well. And I think that that just really, they're like the opposite version of you is what I'm hearing, okay? And they just have a tendency to abuse, okay? I'm seeing you with this person, and they are, you have a pet with you, and you are very, I'm hearing that you wear a lot of braid styles perhaps, or a lot of long hair or something like that, okay? And you know, you're all done up, and you have a lot of, you know, nature and gardens around you. You guys might want to live in like a garden like area or something like that. Shoot, a scenic route, damn it, a more rural area is what I'm hearing, okay? Where you get to spend time in nature a lot. So I think that this this is what helps you deal with their abusive tendency. Some of you guys will like to go outside on the porch or in the backyard or something like that, take a walk around the lake or something like that, or go outside for a smoke or something. And I think that's what helps you deal with this person's abusive tendencies, okay? I think that you spend a lot of your marriage helping them understand their abusive tendencies, okay? But I'm also getting that some of you guys just end up not really caring, okay? Just letting them do whatever they want to do, okay? As long as you get to do have your own friendships with animals and nature spirits, is what I'm hearing, some of you guys. You're very fulfilled in your other relationships. So you guys got two. We have Catherine Labor, the patroness of miraculous healing. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. So some of you guys, this marriage is a miracle, I think. I think it is a miracle, but I think that there's a lot of healing that needs to be done here around abuse, okay? It's an abusive relationship. I'm hearing that it's never not broken, okay? This relationship cannot be broken, is what I'm hearing. And I think that puts you in a lot of different, that makes you guys want to abuse it even more, I feel like, okay? Because there's something about the relationship that cannot be broken. And so this person's going to have new ways of exploiting their power in a situation. Some of these people have really got seduced by their own role of helping you, of their power that they had over you, okay? And I think that you have discerned them and have been releasing and relinquishing their power to control you. They were really seduced by their authority in your life. They were really seduced by how lucky you were to have them or something like that. And so because some of them have a privilege or something like that, they have a lot of other choices and have a lot more conventional issues than you. And you guys have just been like this, the goddess of never not broken head ass, okay? You're never not broken, period. Never broken or never not broken. You're always broken is what that means, I think. LOL. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love, okay? So I think that this person is they see that you're never broken by them, okay? They see that you let them do whatever they want to do to you. You let them abuse you a lot, is what I'm hearing. And it's because this relationship is actually, you are considered to be lucky to have this person. But I think that you discovered that there was somebody competing for your relationship, okay? And that made you feel strange, okay? It's like something where you found this person, doing something emotionally weak and insecure to be needy, okay, for something, for a second option or a replacement, or somebody to, a backup plan or something like that, where this ended up being someone who was a false person or somebody who was a codependency or something like that, okay? Somebody who was putting you at a risk or abusing you, okay, causing them to abuse you. And I think that put a really, really bitter taste in your mouth, okay? Put a really bitter taste in your mouth, realizing how much abuse happened with this poor judgment and no boundary, okay? And how it was their tendency to sit there and explore options at your expense. It's strange that you would be exploring options at someone's expense. Like Pal 3, they felt entitled to you, because they saw that you were very lucky to have gotten this opportunity with them. So they find new ways to abuse their position with you, because they know that your relationship cannot be broken down because of some type of security you got with each other, or some type of other thing that cannot be removed, cannot be undone. I never thought I would be saying this shit in my life about a fucking marriage, talking about is it really something that cannot be done? I never thought I would be there's literally a situation where this person is really a violence and a conflict, and they keep abusing their position and getting seduced by their own role. They know that because it was star-crossed lovers, or they know that it was because you felt lucky to have them, okay? Or you met this person when you were just a child and you just got trapped with this person. And I feel like this person, I think that it brought something lucky into your life, but it brought positivity in your life. But this person they did something abusive and emotionally weak when they started to explore their options. They don't have any options. They're also very lucky to have you, especially if you guys are here from Pal 1. Some of these people, when you first met these people, they were truly unable, truly not capable, truly not inept, truly, like, they might be like, oh, but your ex was dumb as fuck too. Like, something where this person was literally not at all knowing what the fuck to do. And embracing you helped them find the missing pieces. And they knew that you were lucky to meet them too. And so some of them got egotistical and grew, like, got big in their chest and got seduced by their role. Okay? And they started to just, like, have this tendency to abuse you, this tendency to explore, because they knew that you guys had something in your relationship that cannot be broken down. Okay? Something about a power couple. They knew that it couldn't be broken down, that you guys were each other's power. Okay? That's the dark side of the power couple, by the way. LOL. Soulmate. So it's strange. Like, I think that this is indeed a soulmate, and you guys have a lot of memories and soul mating to do. But yeah, what did I say? A third party. Cheating. Okay? Someone blocking the union in the relationship. Okay, you're like trying to understand, like, this was just their tendency. They keep coming around and giving you flowers or something like that, but these third parties are them going around to people please people, and this at your expense or something like that. And they're just sitting there blocking, like, letting people pleasing block their relationship and block them from doing what they need to do. They keep just sending fucking flowers. You need to get the fuck up and do what you need to fucking do. Keep sending some fucking flowers. I don't give a fuck about that shit. They sitting up trying, like, literally abusing you or neglecting you in some type of way because they're showing an emotional weakness to go people please. And this is actually like something that's like, I'm hearing something where they're concerned about their ex and how their ex would feel. Someone who may, like, we don't give a fuck about your ex or whatever else you got fucking going on that's not prioritizing something that Pal 3 needs. And you're just making it a tendency. Like, ain't no fucking tendency, bitch. Get the fuck up. Going around people pleasing for what? I'm hearing an interference in the relationship. Because they was weak in a weak moment or something like that. Like, something weak that they did. Where people was around, like, you know, getting really pissed off about your beauty or something like that. And they around like, oh, I'll consider you, or I won't make a decision today because I know that might offend some people, or, oh, you know, I don't want to, you know, be dramatic or bring in the wrecking ball today. Bring the motherfucking wrecking ball now. I'm hearing something is literally blocking the relationship, and they're like, it's just their tendency to just, like, do this abusive thing. Is what I'm hearing. Blocking something important. We have the Fool. Okay, people pleasing that they're doing. They're having a new emotional experience. And I'm hearing that this person is I think that something that they're doing is they want to make sure that you're captured right or something like that. I think they really have, like, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this person is really, they're trying to make sure you're captured right or something like that. But they need to send the money. Stop. I don't know what they're doing, but they need to send the check. They need to send the contract. I'm hearing something that's literally abusive to you. There's a third party in this relationship where they're having a new emotional experience about. That they need to master these third parties. I'm here. It's just more. It's like multiple third parties, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, your tendency to go explore people or your tendency to go people please people is literally blocking you from sending flowers, or is blocking them from doing what they need to do in some type of way. And you're like, what are you talking about? Like, tell them to go find their own path. Like, We have justice. Yeah, I think justice is coming in right now for you. But I think that this, especially if you guys are here from Pal, like, what was that, Pal 2? That this is a disillusionment with something, with a third party, okay? And it was because they were off. I'm hearing they were like, I don't know what this is. It's just like these people were literally, you're just like, if you need to go, like, why are you people pleasing people and not focus on completing your role? Like, what is going on? I'm hearing interferences, cheating, or something that's blocking you, the marriage. Okay, I think that by the time you get to your marriage, the third party will be clear. I think that the third party has been blocking the marriage. Okay, but I feel like this person keeps bringing you art, keeps bringing you flowers, keeps bringing you everything that to make you, to show you that the relationship is never broken, to show you that you're the one that the relationship is never broken around. But they keep needing to go people please up somewhere else, and they keep getting disillusioned. They keep doing the same thing over and over again. And I think it's really because they made you art, or they gave you all these flowers and shit, and now they feel entitled to you because of all this art that they made you or something like that. Now they just feel like it's a sure thing with you, so they can just take their time or something like that, or that they can just do what they want to do or something like that. I feel like this person that you're going to marry is like, I think that they, like, I'm confused as to how the disillusionment is happening, because like, I think that this was their tendency. I'm hearing that this person was never fully, like, I think that, I don't know what happened to until like, where they got to the point where it's a disillusionment, where it's kind of like, they're comparing you to a third party, something that like, and this is really blocking it's really blocking the relationship, is what I'm hearing. Okay, this disillusionment is bringing you justice, but I don't even know why there was injustice in the first place. I think that what you guys learned is that this was like injustice in the first place, and this was like their tendency to, they did something where they like, I don't know, they like, this situation may involve is where you guys have built something, created something that cannot be broken. Okay, and this person knew that from the moment they created this art for you. Okay, they knew from the moment they knew from the jump. So it's not a disillusionment. I think that they were like, they were unstable in all their ways to begin with when they did this, and their instabilities, this blockage or this delay or whatever is going on, like, I'm not going to say it's a delay, but I'm getting that there's literally something where you're the empress and this person is needing to master these people pleasing things where people just come around and project your image, and that's like, when they project you, that's literally them begging for attention and being needy. Okay, this person, they I think that this is, try not to get mad in this situation. You're literally having to tell people to go find their own path, instead of trying to, like, I don't know, they need something from your divine masculine, because they don't have any divine masculines around. And it's not, you're the empress. So whatever attention, affection that they try to steal from your divine masculine by projecting your image, it literally, like, it ends up doing, like, they end up doing something to, like, I don't know, they might get, like, attention or something, right? And I think that, like, they might get attention, or they might just, like, keep asking or keep trying to, like, keep doing something, and this is really them not having their own path. And so this person has been people pleasing with these people by giving them attention and time or something like that, because if they keep projecting you or coming around, right, interfering, and it's literally because they don't want to they don't have their own path, they don't have anything else to do, and you are sitting there as the empress, the one that's getting all the flowers and art from this person, and they just feel like they, like, and I'm getting like something else is drawing this person, like, I don't know, they're having a new emotional experience, but I feel like this is like, it's like, sometimes it does take away from them feeling dedicated and focused or something like that. I don't know what other way that this could be impacting you. You can let me know in the comments. It could be different for all of you, because I really truly feel like you're like, this person keeps trying to hop on your path, and you're like, and then this person just is like, okay, I'll give them affection or time or something like that, because they keep doing it. It's really desperation. It's really them begging. Like that's not like, oh, please pick me, or please give me this, right? It's not direct like that, but it's more like, oh, me showing up with that intention to like steal affection, money, and time or something like that, and creative ideas is literally, or them just like projecting you because you're the divine feminine, literally means that they're a loser at life. They're a convention, and they don't have their own path, like your selection. It's like they literally don't have their own path, and so they feel the need to people please these needy people. Okay, and you're like this person's whole soul. And so I think that some of you guys have been getting really embittered by this, because I don't know what it's been. I think that it's just been taking them a long time to master themselves, or to master how much affection and time they give these people. Okay. And I also am just trying to figure out where the disillusionment, because some of it is like some of these people may go through a period of trying to replace you and literally have a third party. Like maybe there is healing that needed to be done, where this person built up an illusion and created a violence and conflict in your relationship, and this was just like inevitable that they were gonna get disillusioned. And so I think this is why you get so mad, is because it was clear that these people were just trying to, that these were never going to, trying to go down a path of someone who's projecting you, or someone that is begging, is strange and self-betrayal. Okay. And so this person I'm hearing that they beg you to stay a lot, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing they beg you to stay a lot because they're off delegating to affection and time, or something, like splitting their time somewhere else, fleeing to somewhere else, and it's literally blocking your relationship from, it's literally putting your flame out, is what I'm hearing. Okay. And I don't know what happens where this person ends up maybe you even also get I don't know, you get very I don't know, maybe you get pessimistic as well. And I don't know, I feel like it's like this person, this people pleasing that they're doing, it is taking away from the relationship, or is reflecting their tendency to abuse, right? It's not, I'm hearing there's a lot of people that they feel like they need to in order to I don't know, people pleasing them, making a decision around you. They know that I don't know, some third parties, I'm hearing multiple fucking people, are going to have a problem with them choosing you because of your beauty or something like that. And it's I don't know, something where they know they're people pleasing other people and not doing what they need to do around you. Okay, not fulfilling something. Okay, but I do feel like they are gifting you a lot, and making a lot of you guys are being successful. But I think that it has actually put a lot of responsibility on you, and causing you strife. Okay, where there's someone who, I'm hearing that these people literally want to fight for your path, and they're just not the ones getting flowered in art. And it's they're want to call a truce or something like that. Somebody wants to call a truce. The people that they've been people pleasing want to call, they want you guys to call a truce or something like that, so that they can feel better about fulfilling or giving you your flowers or art or something like that. Okay. But I think that this just makes you feel weird and strange, because they know that this cannot be broken. So there's actually no point of you. It was a tendency for them to go around with these third parties to people please and delay, right? And that was I think that you really highlight this around the conception of this marriage. So you know, it is something where I think that you still like are lucky and positive about the marriage, but I think that you realize that they were people pleasing, and that just made you feel like they were not as great as you thought that they were, especially like delaying and just like, you know, abusing you to go like to in delaying or something like that because they're worried about something else. Okay. Some of them want to have a dominion over you. Okay. They want to have a dominion over you. They want to control you because they were seduced by their role in the situation. So that's why they're out exploring as well. Because they know that they have your money. They know that they have your art. They know that they have your. They know that they have your financial security. Okay. For others, this is a rite of passage for them to get disillusioned with something else. Okay. And they have needed to be getting on the right path. But I think a lot of them just really need to tell these people to find their own path. And I think that when you are successful and you doing this, taking whatever actions that you needed to, I feel like you guys need to work together on this. And I think that that makes you mad because you know that this is like a situation that can never not be broken, right? So there are infinite cycles with this person. So it's like there's like, I don't know what you need to work on. Just I think that's why you get mad in this situation, because it's not negotiable, and this is just their tendency to go explore and people please at your expense. I think I hope that makes sense. It gives you some type of clarity. So but I think that this abusive tendency that they have makes you like they should never, abusing you to people please someone else is never ever 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 the fucking move. I'm getting that literally something that's interfering with your fortune. Okay, and they're just sitting there like, oh, but what would this person think? Oh, but I need to go see about this person. Like, what? No, we don't give a fuck about nothing else. And I think that they're sitting there waiting and watching and deliberating and negotiating. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And I think that this person actually, I think that there actually is a cycle in this relationship where they try to replace you up based upon an illusion or violence or conflict. Something where they may have been feeling a lack of connection to you or show some type of other emotional weakness to people please. Or people that were like being needy, they thought that was attention and affection, but they realized that those were not divine feminine, and that's why this disillusionment is happening. But it's weird that they went to try to replace you when it was clear that this was something that can never not be broken, right? And so they did this because this was their tendency to abuse you, right? They're doing it on purpose, some of them, and they see that you feel very lucky to have them and positive about it, but they have literally been doing something abusive to you to interfere with your fortune. And also, I also think that because some of this involves a spiritual purpose, this tendency to abuse them is all like to abuse you and delaying or whatever this interference is with your soulmate. This is actually very abusive to your community and very abusive to your environment. So they're hurting everybody that you guys serve by doing this and not fulfilling their spiritual purpose. Okay, whatever they're doing, I definitely feel like this is a new spiritual beginning and you are being successful, but I think that this is a cycle that you need to work with this person on something. And I think that you are a little bitter about having to work on something that you already considered to be common sense, and that it was clear from the beginning that you could not be replaced and not be broken. So them doing this is they disillusion themselves, okay, by being irrational, by being violent and conflicting with you, when this was clear that this was never not to be broken, that this was always going to end in a marriage, that you were always reserved for this person, that there was no option to explore because they already knew. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, at this time, you guys, if you want to, okay, then It's very auspicious, but I think that will be the challenge in the relationship, is that this person has third parties that they people please. Okay, it's not because they ever compare. They actually get disillusioned by them. Okay, trying to replace and then come to the inevitable point in which you cannot deny who the divine feminine is, I think. Okay, that's what I feel like is going on. Pile 3 about who you're going to marry. Let me know how this resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one.